So we'll see what happens.
What did you say?
You were taught. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Picture in the paper.
Oh, yeah.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Continuing, again, thank you for your patience, and we'll proceed with the list. I've retrieved the additional signings that were at the door. In case anyone has arrived who wishes to speak who has not yet signed in yet, there still is a remaining sheet at the door. Please feel free to add your name to it. We have a number of names on the list. We'll proceed through before we conclude for the evening. I apologize if I do my best with everyone's name. Nancy Cagliostro?
Excellent. I've lived a life with people struggling with that.
The name like Leah Filios, right?
Thank you very much. Cagliostro. Okay. I'm going to be very brief because everybody's a little bit tired, and I won't repeat points, but I ditto everything everybody else has said. But I wanted to bring up a couple of things. Once, I'm tired of hearing tonight that this is about reliability for us, okay? I've lived in Homedale for 25 years, never been without gas service. So strike that from the record. Matter of fact, I'm a little bit concerned that you're going to put in new equipment never used before, that now you can break your record of gas service for this town. So, second of all, I don't like to speak about anything without doing my homework. I am not in any field related to engineering or gas service providing. But when this was coming into town, I went on the websites of several engineering firms who build regulated stations so that I could verify some of the stuff that was being said about this. Now, these are firms that are promoting for them to build these regulated stations. And they had cautions on their websites about the emissions and the safety of having these in areas, because while gas is a stable energy, it's highly flammable. Okay? And you're going to put it right in the middle of our beautiful town. Okay? The other thing is we all moved away from areas of industrial areas and congestion to be in a town where we have some control of our quality of life. I pay very high real estate taxes, okay, for that privilege. And you want to come in and pollute that on us? Go and build these in Linden, New Jersey. Matter of fact, that might be sarcastic, but it's about time that the industrial companies did proper planning to have industrial areas where these will all be, so you can control the consequences of this kind of industrial structures, but not planting them any place you want, in the middle of a farm county. Come on. Then it's insulting when you think that you're offering us trees is a good answer to the real problems we're bringing up. Not once has anybody said anything about aesthetics. We can buy our own trees to hide ugly things, okay? What we want you to do is spend our money, which comes into you by the rates we pay, to do proper planning, to stop spinning stories to us. And while I respect what you tell us, because your fees and salaries are drawn from that company, we are not always asleep and unintelligent. This is an ill-conceived, poorly planned, non-beneficial. And I implore the BPU, who's supposed to be here to control these monstrous public service companies, you should be on our side, not their side, because there has been enough evidence and enough factual testimony that shows this is not needed and will have negative consequences health-wise to the community around it. Thank you.
Jyotsna Shaw? Shaw. Robert Evanson. Robert Evanson. Chad Desai.
They might have done it this time.
John McGillivray.
They may have used it as a sign-in, maybe. Yeah.
Randy Rauscher.
It's probably good that I'm one of the last ones because I'm going to take a different tact. My name is Randy Rauscher, 20-year resident of Holmdel. Rauscher, R-A-U. Rauscher, R-A-U-S-C-H-E-R. 20-year resident of Holmdel. I'm going to try to take a slightly different tact. Everybody else is into the technical and the legal. I'm going to try and do an anecdotal, personal tact. Your Honor, I don't know if you've ever tried the Cabernet Franc at Kim's winery, but it's one of my favorites. Friday nights, she puts on quite a good community event. It's in the evenings, outdoors, open fire pits, live band, and of course, the wine. It's a real popular event for Holmdel residents. Really is a community event, not just Holmdel, but people from the surrounding communities as well. So I'm trying to imagine what impact that plant, or whatever word, substation across the street will have on that winery and on the community events such as the one I just described. She puts on quite a show, and I'm concerned about the perceived impact on the event and perhaps even her product. There are people that really are much more connoisseurs than I, but I can imagine that that's got to have some kind of an impact on her product. Like I say, real or perceived. Anyway, I just want to say, please consider this as a factor in the quality of life in Holmdel, and don't let that disappear. Thank you.
Stacy Mancina. Stacy Mancina. Can I ask, officer in the window there, has anyone signed the sheet since we started up again? Nope. So perhaps we took a break a little. Not that it wasn't needed, but certainly we've. I guess we are getting toward the end. But yes, if there's anyone else who wishes to say a few words, please just come to the mic. Maybe even line up and just please say your name and address so the court reporter can report.
Roberta Kaufman, I'm 35. I'm a 35-year-old rear resident of town. We've spent, as members see you as well, we have spent years and years saving open space in Holmdel. Holmdel has a magnificent, I think we've saved in the center of Holmdel, right adjacent to this area, close to 11,000 acres. This is the upstream water supplying the Swimming River Reservoir. It supplies approximately 1/3 of the water downstream to the Swimming River Reservoir. It is a marvelous feat that the town has been able to preserve this, that the town has been able to, around that area of 11,000 acres, keep 2.5 acre zoning, so that we have a great amount of groundwater recharge. We have a wonderful way to supply our water sources and our reservoir. So we find it really disturbing that something like this should intrude and create pollution and disturbance in an area that the state and the town has worked so hard to preserve. When we had the state development and redevelopment plan, this whole area was designated planning area 5, farm area, and we were where roads should not, road infrastructure and sewer infrastructure should not intrude. And I'd like to see it stay that way, and I think most of us here would like to see it stay that way. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to be heard at this time? Seeing none, I want to thank everybody for their time and their patience this evening. I think we got through a quite a bit of comment. I appreciate the submittals. Obviously, as I said, what has been submitted is a part of the record, both at this public hearing and the previous public hearing. I appreciate the mayor's offer of assistance to make sure that the work will, that those who wish to know when the hearing dates are set will have the ability to know when they are. They will be held at the Office of Administrative Law, offices in Quaker Bridge, 9 Quaker Bridge Plaza in Mercerville, New Jersey. Those dates will be in May and June, and as they are finalized, all the parties will be made aware. And again, I appreciate the opportunity to be here to receive comment, and I appreciate the effort that both the parties, the petitioners, the interveners, the rate council, the board staff, and all of you have gone to be this evening. Thank you very much for your time. These proceedings are at a conclusion. We are now off the record. Excuse me, I've been asked to go back on the record.
Your Honor, there was a family here, the Conowallet family, that were not able to be here, and they asked that these written comments be submitted for the record.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Barring anything else, we are once again off the record.